Watch and burn.
Hey, so tonight I wanted to discuss the audio release for Skinny Puppy's Ain't It Dead Yet. This was recorded in Toronto back, I believe, in 1987. If I'm wrong, the text will correct me, so it doesn't really matter. This is an absolutely essential live album. It shows just how incredibly fun they were live. I will say that the VHS/DVD component does an even better job of relaying that perfectly because you get to see the visual component. But with this, you can tell that they're mixing things up, whereas the songs do sound like they do in the studio. They don't at the same time. These are actually performed live. And I know that sort of one of the pitfalls to being an electronic band is that, there is that tendency to just be able to hit like start and stop on a laptop, even though this would definitely predate the laptop years by fucking, this would be 87. So this would be like at least 15, 20 years before people would start relying on computers live. But you know what I mean? It's easy to fake your live performance when you are electronic. But with this, you can tell that they don't. They got the steel drums in the background, and you can tell when they're actually playing them. And you can tell that the music, although it sounds the same, it doesn't at the same time. Things are a little off, and you really get that genuine feeling that they are playing it live like they're supposed to be. Like so many people don't anymore because, like I said, they just hit fucking start and stop on a space bar and that's the end of it. The DJ stands around and spins a couple knobs here and there and acts like they're doing something while they're doing absolutely nothing. But at this point, they had so much gear, and I love how... well, I really shouldn't be talking about this because I'm about to do a video about the DVD for it, but Ogre is manipulating his voice via, like he has it in front of him, and he's smearing everything in like this sort of like blood and like mud mixture, and this couldn't be more like 1980s industrial. Ogre's a madman, and it's just, everything about this is just so, like, this set the stage for industrial music until pretty much its death a few years back. And I know that technically it's not dead, but you know what I mean at the same time. Industrial music is mostly gone. There's a couple bands, there's a handful of them keeping it going, but even those bands can't seem to recapture what bands like Skinny Puppy had set up and done so well for decades. And I think that scene has probably just run its course. And there's really nothing wrong with that because at the end of the day, everything comes to its conclusion, right? And I love this era, and I love how mechanical everything is, and I love how raw and how everything is big, and everything has a very, like, heavy steel vibe. And the only real complaint I have here, and this, although it is a major complaint, it doesn't kill the album in any way. It's a little disappointing because I ended up having to go out and cut the songs up and burn another disc, but there's only one track for the 66 minutes, I believe. So for the hour 6 that you're listening to this, it's all one song, even though technically it's not. They have Addictions on here, The Choke's on here, it ends with Smothered Hope, which is a fucking great way to end the show. But it's one song, and I don't know why they did that. I'm sure it was done on purpose because up until this point, everything they'd done, had multiple tracks, of course, and there wasn't anything like this. So I'm sure, like I said, this wasn't a printing error or something, but I hate it when bands do this. I remember I used to have a live record from Conflict, and they did the same thing. It was called it was In the Venue, and there were 2 tracks, but technically there were like 40 shoved into those 2. And I thought it was really annoying because if you liked the 14th song or whatever, you had to fast forward, and then you had to rewind to hear it again, like it was almost like a disc cassette, and it's frustrating. So that's a massive problem for this release, but it's not the end of the world because all of the songs here, of course, they've all been released officially on their albums. So if you love them, you can track the albums down if you haven't already. So it's definitely not the end of the world. But it is a little annoying. I will definitely say that. But yeah, this is great. It was recorded in Toronto, I believe at the Concert Hall in, I think, 1987. And I wasn't there to see this, of course, because I was a little on the young side at that point. But yeah, so look, I'm going to go. So thank you so much for sitting with me while I discussed Skinny Puppy's Ain't It Dead Yet. And despite it only being one track, the 14 or 15 tracks contained on the one track kick ass. Just like you guys kick ass. And if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And I will see you guys really soon because, like usual, I have done a lot of these. And for some reason, YouTube only lets me upload 10 or 12 a day, which is really frustrating. And oh yeah, that reminds me. I should probably upload November's now, too. So I'm going to go. So thank you so much, and have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.